Hello, welcome to Duncan Egg Bricks and to a LEGO 2021/2022 DC set review. This is set 76181, Batmobile, the Penguin Chase. The reason I gave both years in the intro is because while it has been out for a little while in the US and I believe some other countries, it's only just come out in the last month or so in the UK, and I decided to go ahead and get my hands on it. As you can see, it's branded for The Batman, which is an upcoming film. It's not actually come out at the time of filming, so I don't know anything about the film other than what I've seen in the trailers, and from that this looks like a very decent set. It's one of 3 sets associated with the Batman. It's actually the mid-range set. There is a bigger Batcave set and also a smaller bike chase set. So I went right for the one in the middle to take a look and see what we get. So let's start off, as always, by taking a look at the 2 included minifigs. On the left, of course, we've got Batman, as played by Robert Pattinson in the upcoming film, or Battinson, as I think he's been dubbed. It's a very nice looking figure. It's got some really detailed printing on the front. The main torso is in dark bluish grey with some black and slight silver highlights on the printing there. The legs, although they look dual moulded, are actually just black legs that have been printed, but the print has a good opacity. Could have done with those dual moulded legs to give the black boots, but it's not the end of the world. Uses the 4+ or Juniors style cape with a single hold. It's the soft cloth version, but it doesn't flip up too much. On the back you can see more details for his belt and also the back of the torso. Comes with an included Batarang, which is a mould we've had for quite a while. The slight letdown, I have to say, is the head and the cowl. Now, I'm not quite sure why LEGO have decided to go with this version of the Batman cowl for this particular Batman. If you take a look at the photos of Robert Pattinson in the new Batsuit or the trailers, you can see that the cowl he wears is very different from this, and it's actually much more similar to the other main Batman cowl that LEGO produce. And I'm not quite sure why they've decided to go with this one, particularly as I now really associate this one with the Batman from the LEGO Batman movie, which this one is decidedly different from, even to the point where I think it's the same head. That expression really doesn't suit the Robert Pattinson Batman from what we've seen, so I think it's bizarre that they went for it. So I am going to go ahead right now and remedy the situation. I have tried this already, but I thought I would show you on camera. So I've taken off the head and the hat, and I'm going to swap it out for the cowl. I'm going to swap it out for the head and cowl from a more recent Batmobile set, I should say, which was, I think, called Batmobile Pursuit of the Joker, which comes with this other type of cowl. Now, I'm by no means the first person to do this. I've seen loads of other people around the internet try this out, and I think you should agree that the improvement is quite large. In fact, I'll just focus over to the box art just there. You can see the way that his cowl is formed. I think this one still isn't perfect, but it's a much closer bet than the other one. Shame about the printing, which isn't super opaque on the mouth, but then he is quite pale, so that's okay. Anyway, moving on to the other figure in the set, who I don't have any complaints about whatsoever. This is the Penguin, or Oswald Cobblepot, as played by an unrecognisable Colin Farrell in the film. Really is crazy that it's him. It's a good looking figure though, wonderful printing on the front. He's got purple highlights on the suit. I originally thought the legs were the ones that came out first with Snape in Harry Potter and have been repurposed loads of times. They are very similar, but these ones have got those purple pinstripes going down onto the legs, and there's actually more highlight detailing there. He comes with one of the new stud or tile shooters, which we get a bunch of orange, or trans orange, I should say, studs to shoot from it. And it has a bit of an extension on the back made with one of the Monkey King handles, or as I like to think of it, Darth Maul's lightsaber, although it's not been used as such yet. He also comes with a more realistic looking gun, sort of like a, I don't know, submachine gun or something like that, which I think first came out with the Indiana Jones sets, which we might be seeing a resurgence of at the end of the year. Comes with a second face underneath here, where he looks a bit more angry. I think the graphic design is pretty good overall. Comes with some very small detailing on the back of the torso. Anyway, that's enough said about the 2 figures. Time to get on to the main thing that we got here, which is the Batmobile. Now, when I first saw production stills and then trailers which featured this Batmobile, I was a little bit unsure about it. We've had some great Batmobiles recently. Obviously, the Tumbler is a favourite of mine, and I reviewed the recent Minifig scale set, which I will leave a link for in the corner there. There's also the classic 89 Batmobile, which has had the large and small treatment, along with a variety of other ones, including the classic 66 one. There's too many to name, really, and this one doesn't really follow any of those patterns. It seems to be based on some kind of muscle car. I'm not going to try and guess which one because I don't know anything about them, but we get that kind of feel from it. It looks much more like an ordinary car than Batmobiles tend to. However, having looked at it in a little bit more detail, both in Lego form and also at pictures, I've really warmed to it. I think it's a really cool design and fits that very early Batman who is still working things out. And I think Lego have done an admirable job of capturing that in toy form. One thing you might notice straight away is the trans light blue, I believe is the right colour, Power Blast pieces which are dotted all around it. Now these come as part of a pack, so we get all the extra pieces that you would normally expect, which just aren't used at all in this set. So, you know, you can put them in your spares pile, which is fine. And I believe what they're trying to represent here is actually not jets or anything like that. It's actually exhaust, especially from the back. You've got that huge afterburner, similar to the Tumbler actually, and then these are side exhausts here, and then possibly top exhausts. It's not quite clear whether this actually has two engines, one in the front and one at the back. We definitely can see that there's one at the back, and that includes a lot of really nice detail. So I just thought I'd show it to you with all of the Power Blast pieces on, and then I would take them off just so we can have a closer look at the actual car itself. And I think it looks really nice. It uses the Speed Champion's 8-wide base, which is actually a 6-wide base with studs on the side. You can barely actually see it, but it is buried within that under there. So in terms of scaling, this really scales to the 8-wide Speed Champion sets. I've just managed to pull these bits of engine detailing off, so I'll try and put them back in. Yeah, it scales to those Speed Champion sets, although it's actually a little bit bigger. They've extended that piece underneath. In fact, the way to show you that piece will be the interior when I get there. But other than that, the car itself is really built up. You might notice it's got a forward rake, so the back wheels are slightly lower down than the front, and that is accurate, although it might be a little bit too much of a rake. Uses black as the main accent colour, of course, or very, very, very dark grey. And it's got some nice shaping overall. Quite a few stickers used, some from the front here, on top, one on the roof. This bit at the back is actually printed. I think it's taken from actually from a Speed Champion set. The rear lights are also stickers. That is a print, that's a new dial, and there's a couple of stickers inside. The shaping overall is pretty good. I think the front overhangs slightly too much. There are some modifications I want to make overall. You might have noticed as I was showing the front that there are two silver spring-loaded shooter heads in there, and they've actually got hidden triggers, which are these inverted 1x3 tiles. So you just press down on one and it shoots the missile out. Same for the other one. No idea if this is going to reflect an action feature that the actual car does, but it's good for play, and they're not too offensive if they are not present. You do get a slight lip of, it's actually flame yellowish orange in there, but if you pop these in and are careful with it while you're playing, then that'll just pop those up and you won't see any of that colour coming through. I will probably be modifying this a little bit to remove those, as you might be aware. I'm not a big fan of them, so I'm going to get rid of them. There's quite a lot of pearl silver parts in this, especially these parts at the back, which I've not actually got my hands on any before. They are these angled bar holder and slash clip pieces, which I think first came out in Monkey Kid in purple and have now been recoloured into silver, which I think is a much more useful colour, and I believe they represent the actual pistons of the engine at the back there. There's some silver coloured fez pieces along with some silver macaroni pieces in there, which again, more engine detailing. There's just a lot of rugged detail going on with plenty of sloped tiles and wedges and curved slopes all over the place. Right, let's get this open and take a look at the interior. It does use one of these 6-wide Speed Champions windscreens with just a modified plate or tile on the top. Inside, it can sit two people, so you can put the penguin inside there if you really want. I don't know if this is accurate to the film, as it looks like it may just sit, seat one, but I'm not complaining about it. At the bottom there, that's actually where you can see that Speed Champion's base, which allows us to have 5 studs offset in the centre, and therefore 2 people sitting side by side. Uses a larger steering wheel than the regular Lego one, which is attached using a pneumatic T-piece. I did think, why are they using that when they could use the new too long bar piece? But I suppose it could represent some sort of control on the steering wheel. There's another couple of stickers, one used for the centre console there, and one used for the dashboard. I've actually got a couple of light bluish grey flower pieces under there, which to me they represent some sort of dial, one where just one edge is out and you swipe it side to side. But it's a nice bit of greebling anyway, and there are a few of those included in the set overall. You can see there's actually a trans black piece used as the rear windscreen there, if it'll focus. There we go, so you can actually see out the back, although your rear visibility is shocking. It does come with a rear brake light, which is always useful. There's a little sort of tray along the back of the seating area here, which I have taken to putting a batarang or 2 in. Obviously, if you tip the car upside down, that is going to go flying, but as long as it's the right way up, that is absolutely fine. I'll just show you Batman sitting inside the car. Obviously, this is the swapped out cowl, but the other one works just as well. Just have to pop his hands up. He does have to sit back ever so slightly, but there's no problem there because the back behind the seat is just some curved slopes. Just tuck his cape away, pop that on, and there he is. You should be able to see him just inside. He's sitting back a little bit so his head doesn't hit the roof, but that's always the way with Lego figures. So there we go, that's pretty much it for the Batmobile. I'll just show you the spare parts that the set comes with. So we have the 2 missiles that we shot off. There are actually 2 more, so not just a single spare. All of these Power Blast pieces, and then we get a whole bunch of spares, all the usuals that you would expect in a set like this. Actually comes with a spare one of these printed dishes, which is really nice, so you can use that on a mock of your own. One detail in here which I just thought I would show you, this is one of the first sets I've seen to feature the Harry Potter wands outside of the Harry Potter range. So it comes with 1 sprue, so 1 pair of black wands. If it'll just focus on the sprue there, it really doesn't want to. You all know what that looks like anyway. There we go. And the place that these are actually used is very obscure. It's actually at the back, just here. There's 1 there and 1 there, just held in place with clips under there. And as far as I can tell, they represent parts of the roll cage. So it's such a tiny little detail. They don't come dislodged too easily, which is really nice, actually. And yeah, there's just a bizarre little detail, but it's very nice, very small, very unnecessary, but I'm kind of glad they included it. I'll just show you the spent sticker sheet. So not too bad, really. That large sticker just goes on the roof, and the rest of them are just detail all around. I'll take a quick look back at the box, which is just a standard box as far as I can tell. Comes with the nice red branding for the Batman film. Just show you the back as well, which just shows the car reversed and the action feature there. So yeah, there we go. That was set 76181. It's a pretty decent set overall. In fact, I would say the only major letdown is that Batman cowl and head. Speaking of which, one last thing to show you, we actually do get a spare head for Batman, or rather I should say in this case it's a head for Bruce Wayne and a hairpiece. This is a double-sided piece, which obviously I can't turn around now because that would be too convenient. So yeah, we just get a headpiece there, double-sided, with an angrier expression on the back. I'm not sure if it's exclusive or anything. I feel like it's a one that's already been used, but it's nice to be able to show him without his suit on. Yeah, there we go. That is the set overall. Let me know what you think about the adjustments I've made to Batman there with his new cowl, or rather older cowl, I should say. I don't think LEGO have stopped producing this piece or anything like that. The set I got it from only came out a couple of years ago, so I'm not sure why they didn't go for this. But there we go. That's just a small change that's relatively easy to make. So there we go. Let me know what you think of this set in the comments below, and let me know if you're looking forward to The Batman, which is coming out pretty soon actually, and I'm looking forward to getting my tickets. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then please leave a like down below, leave a comment, and I'll do my best to get back to you, and subscribe to the channel for more. Till next time. Have a good one.